Hey everybody, it's me, Asinellus, and welcome back to Reddit. Welcome to r/ChoosingBeggars, an amazing subreddit where people beg for just about anything, but then are also picky about it. So if you haven't seen this before, let me quickly show you what it's about. In search of a therapy dog. Must be trained, certified, and ideally a chocolate lab. Must be 100% free for an older woman. Jesus says, help the elderly. Additionally, the dog must be perfectly behaved, able to calm me down, must pick items for me, as per my bad back, and must also be neutral and chipped. Please PM or comment if you have a lead. No mutts accepted. Hey Gertrude, I have a dog that meets these requirements at this address. Okay, great, thanks, I'm headed down there. F you sent me to an animal shelter. So it is just posts like this one, where people have the nerve to ask for something for free, and then also be picky about it. So guys, if you like that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll get straight into the video. This guy wanted to advertise on my Facebook group. Hi, why didn't you approve my post on your group? Please specify what was the post about. We receive over 100 posts daily, and can't remember what every single person posted. I posted about air conditioners that I'm selling as a business. I'm sorry, we didn't approve your post because 1, it's an advertisement, 2, I don't see how air conditioners are relevant to a Las Vegas trips group. Yes, it does. Doesn't people from Las Vegas need air conditioners? What are you talking about? Sorry again, maybe contact local newspapers or websites and advertise your business there? Don't you think I tried? They want money. I posted again, please approve it. Sorry, as I said, we can't approve such posts. You are preventing me from making a living, you bee! Okay, I'll pay you $1. It's a win-win situation. Deal? Please stop messaging me. That should be the next way I advertise my channel. I should just go around posting my channel URL on random Facebook pages and hope it works. Thanks for the backhanded gift, I guess. You can have it back. So my brother-in-law is constantly doing stuff like this. He bought me a Star Wars knitting set. Cool. Except I don't know how to knit, but I'd be willing to learn. He was standing there as I was reading the box about how it supposedly comes with everything. As I went to go say thank you to brother-in-law, he said, Now I want all the Siths done first, then the Jedis. I would like them as soon as possible too. Since you're not working and you don't have anything better to do, I'm sure you can get 1 or 2 of these done in a day. That made me annoyed. Brother-in-law, I have a dog and a full schedule at home of cleaning up after my family. But that doesn't matter. I don't know how to knit, and I'm not interested in learning. So thank you for the gift, but no thank you. If you want them done ASAP, you better start learning to knit. And just a little bit of r/murdered by words at the end. Oh, by the way, if you want me to do that subreddit, definitely tell me in the comments below. And the one where the choosing beggar doesn't win. Lakeside was forced to apologize after asking artists and musicians to perform for free. The shopping centre took to Facebook, appealing to singers, bands, or buskers to get in contact if they wanted some free exposure over the summer. But residents quickly bit back at the post, questioning why performers wouldn't be paid for work. And Lakeside was forced to apologise after hundreds of comments flooded the Facebook post. A statement read, This initiative is something that aims to bring the community closer. You see, you don't have to be poor to be a choosing beggar. Even the owners of malls are pretty keen for some free stuff. Choosing beggar student wastes my time. This happened a few years ago and is a rather long story. I used to be a teaching assistant, TA, for a very popular university class. The professor was very nice and laid back. Usually his course was a dream to teach and study. For the course there was 1 term paper and a small weekly assignment that had to be done. The weekly assignment was pretty easy. All you had to do was the assigned readings and write 1 or 2 pages on how the readings could be used to answer the questions posed for the term paper. It was easy marks and helped students prepare for the term paper. These assignments were to be handed in during the hour-long study group sessions, led by me and the other TAs. Just for reference, study sessions were for group discussions. It was a safe space to talk about work and readings, as well as ask questions and prep for the exams and term paper. Enter CB. She was 15 minutes late for the first study session. It became a trend, and later, when I sat down to mark her first assignment, it was unreadable. So was the second one. She had literally just copied the first 2 pages of some readings and had changed every 3rd word by using a program that spits out synonyms for words. In case you don't know, this is still plagiarism. She got a 0 on both and I sent her to the professor. He was nice and gave her a second chance, instead of reporting her to the higher-ups. Her next assignment wasn't plagiarized, but it was incomplete. It literally stopped mid-sentence. After that poor attempt, she would either hand in rubbish or not hand anything in at all. About halfway through the semester, I decided to call her in for a chat, because she was failing terribly. I gave her, along with everyone else in my group, a chance to redo some of their work. I also offered her one-to-one tutoring sessions to help her. She was thrilled and decided to set a time by email. I let her choose the time while I picked a public place to meet. As an aside, I should add that this meeting, as well as the remarking of any work, would be done on my time, and I would not be getting paid for it. My department had very strict rules about how many hours TAs could work, but I cared for my students and often did extras on my time. Anyway, the day of the meeting arrives and I show up early. She was supposed to come by at noon, but she's a no-show. I wait an extra half an hour before I leave. 4 hours after standing me up, she sends me an email telling me she couldn't make it because she had a class, and she tells me that next time I had to meet with her, I should pick a time that is convenient for her. I was mad. To top it off, she didn't redo a stitch of work. Several other students did, and I got some chocolates and a thank you for the extra help. Fast forward a couple of weeks, and it's a week before the exams start. The term paper and all the assignments have been handed in, and semester marks are up. I have one last study session to discuss the exam with my students. CB comes to class a full 45 minutes late, does not contribute, and just sulks. After class, as I'm about to leave, she stalks up to me and literally demands that I give her another chance to redo her work. I almost laughed. There was no way she could redo several weeks' worth of work and a term paper in less than a week. I of course tell her that I can't accept any late work at this stage because the semester marks are already in. I also point out that there is no time left to do the work. She won't accept no for an answer and just keeps on ranting about how she deserves another chance, and how busy she was and how she had no time for all the work. In the end, I lose it, and tell her that I gave her several chances and I'm not willing to give her any more. After I leave, I decide to stop by the professor's office and tell him what happened. Turns out I wasn't the first person she approached. She mailed him and made the same demands of him. She claimed I was incompetent and unwilling to help her, despite the fact I had numerous emails where I offered her help. The professor told her to go to hell, because he already knew about all her transgressions. Gotta love those weekly TA meetings. To make it worse, I found out the next day that she'd contacted a few other TAs and had spun some sob story to try and get them to accept her work. They all backed me and refused. She ended up failing the entire semester. I expected her to make a formal complaint, but luckily she never did. I'm looking for a last-minute cheap photographer. So my anniversary is Tuesday, May 7th, and I'm looking for someone who can drive out to Lake Wheeler that evening for 20 minutes and snap a few quick pictures of us. You don't have to be a professional photographer, as long as you're good with a camera and good at Photoshop, you're perfect. $20 for 20-minute session and digital copies. For $20, you can drive to my house and I will take maybe 50 shots in my yard and hand you the SD card that you provided me with to go home and edit your damn self. Yeah, that basically sums this post up. Choosing Beggar turns down cigarettes. To start this off, I live in Australia and our cigarette pack prices are absolutely horrendous. $1 per cigarette is cheap. I was walking to grab lunch on my work break and was craving a cigarette, so I bought a full pack. Had one and didn't want them anymore, so instead of throwing them out, I decided to give the pack to someone who couldn't afford them. I saw a homeless man who was asking people for some, and no one batted an eye at him, so I approached him with 29 durries left. He looked at me, looked back at me, and said, "Oh, you smoke this brand? Disgusting, I'll pass," and shoved past me. I laughed my butt off, and gave him to the nearest smoker I could see, who thanked me a whole lot, and we parted our ways. Gotta get home for Christmas, CB. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm getting some last-minute things from the grocery. A gentleman approached me in the parking lot on the way back to my car, and asks if I can give him some money to get gas so he can make it home for Christmas. He doesn't live too far out of town and only needs $15. It's Christmas, and I'm feeling that giving spirit, even if it is a bit scammy. But I don't have any cash, and I tell him I'd be happy to meet him at the pump, use my card, and put some gas in his tank, so he can get home. He says, "Great, I also need some food, and to get my oil changed. The gas station over there has an oil change place, and there's a Little Caesars right next door." Whoa, whoa, whoa. You said $15 for gas. Food and oil change? Here's where he takes the sour turn. "Really, man, look at your car. You can't afford to give me money for an oil change and a $5 pizza?" I told him I wasn't comfortable giving him money anymore. Best of luck and have a Merry Christmas. He tells me to go F myself, and that I'd pay for a white guy to change his oil and screams, "This dude is a racist," and walks off to the next person in the parking lot. Sometimes I just question what happens in these people's heads. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. This was r/Choosing Beggars. Make sure to tell me in the comments if you liked it and if you want me to do this subreddit or if you want me to have a look at some other subreddits in future. But guys, that's it from me, and as always, all I want to do is see you all here next time. See you later, guys!